You're listening to The Sickle, only on WVCU. Previously on The Sickle.
Yeah, but from the looks of things, I think the killer's more calculated than we thought. He's sending a freaking message. The teenagers were dead before they got all the way out here. My guess is that whatever happened to their brains took them down instantly, and our maniac drugged the bodies out here to do the hack job.
Elmsbrook, I just got a call.
Who was it?
Jack, your prime suspect.
He actually... Huh, I don't believe it.
Holy crap, boss! What's the big deal?
I don't think I caught the last part of what you were saying. Went out of town, huh?
Gah! I should have known something was up when I got the phone call from the Sarge.
Still resolute about booking him?
I'm taking him in for further questioning. He's got an alibi to verify. But, I have my doubts if he's the one we're looking for.
Elmsbrook,
What?
I gotta ask you. What fuels you?
My fuel is knowing that I can stop crap like that back there from happening to anyone else.
Better hurry.
It's a cool Monday morning, yet the fervor of a pack of news reporters warms the air as they follow Sergeant Luker into the police station.
Sergeant Luker. Sergeant Luker.
Sergeant Luker, is it true that the police department had previous knowledge of the death of the teenagers?
No comment.
Sergeant, do you believe that there is a greater risk for the young adult population of Lily's Cradle?
Are there any suspects lined up for these murders?
I said no comment.
Sergeant, this is the worst crime spree that this town has ever seen. Do you think that the Lily's Cradle Police Department will be able to handle this without outside intervention?
I assure you, we are currently pouring all of our resources into solving this case.
Can the loss of another life be prevented?
We will endeavor our best to do just that.
The people of Lily's Cradle are looking for guarantees, Sergeant. Will the police department be able to protect its own citizens?
Let me be clear. I can guarantee that we are doing our best, and we will not rest until we find the one responsible for these atrocities. Until then, my advice to the citizens of Lily's Cradle is to remain indoors after dark. Keep your doors locked, and do not travel alone. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Sergeant?
No, wait! Sergeant Luker!
Sergeant!
Well, there went 5 years off my life expectancy. Might as well join Elmsbrook and take up smoking. Huh. The founding fathers must have had something wedged in their frontal lobes when they decided to include the freedom of the press.
Sarge,
What?
2 things. First, here's the vein that popped out of your forehead. It landed all the way over here at my feet.
You chose a terrible time to develop a sense of humor, officer. What else do you want before I demote you to traffic duty?
Sorry, there's someone to speak with you, Sergeant.
I swear, officer, if you let someone from the press inside...
No, Sarge. It was someone who said they might have a lead for us.
A lead? Well, what the crap are we waiting for? Where's this someone at?
I sent him to your office. He should still be there.
Thank you, officer. Now bar the doors to make sure one of those reporters doesn't get any sneaky ideas.
I'll keep an eye out, boss.
Ah, Sergeant Luker, I presume.
You presume correctly.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Sergeant. One of the notable officers keeping this mountainside slice of heaven safe.
Thank you, I suppose. Though I don't believe I caught your name, sir.
Oh, there goes my manners again, flying right out the window. Lord, forgive me. I get ahead of myself. I'm Reverend Timothy Burgess. You may be familiar with me.
Aren't you pastor down at...
Lily's Cradle United Church. Yes? See? What did I tell you?
Ah, well, It's good to meet you, Reverend. Shall we step into my office here? I've been told that you have something for us.
Oh, indeed I do, brother.
Please, have a seat, Reverend.
But of course.
Would you like something to drink?
Oh no, I'll be fine, thank you, Sergeant.
Now, what information do you have regarding the murders?
Ah, yes. So tragic, these deaths. A couple of teenagers were among my congregation just last week.
Do you know any of the victims?
On a personal basis? No, unfortunately. I'd never seen them in the church before, and trust me, brother, if I had, I would remember it. The Lord has blessed me with the ability to never forget a face. Better in some cases than others, I suppose.
As you were saying about the victims, Reverend.
Oh, my apologies, Sergeant. Once again, I take things and run with them sometimes. Though I'm afraid I just don't have anything for you when it comes to these poor souls that passed away.
Then, with all due respect, Reverend Burgess, what do you have for us?
I'm just beating around the bush again, aren't I? I'm sorry. Things like this weigh down the soul like no other. Makes it difficult to concentrate. I promise you, no more tangents. Yesterday, a member of my congregation gave me an interesting phone call.
Who was it?
Brother Hillshire, he owns the farm in the eastern part of the valley.
Well, what did he tell you? Please don't tell me another person is.
No, thankfully. Yet he told me that his custom-made plow blades, manufactured by the company called the Sickle, if I heard correctly, well, he said they disappeared about a week ago.
And he just realized this now?
He does weekly maintenance on his machines during the season. I suppose it happened after the last checkup. Normally, I would have assumed that just as the Lord gives, he taketh away. But the timing was grim.
Do you believe Mr. Hellshire is somehow involved with the string of murders?
Oh, heavens no. He'd be just as inclined to part with these plow blades as Baptist would be to part with a piece of chicken.
Did he happen to see any suspicious characters in or around his land?
None that he knows of. However, he said that he found something unsettling in his shed.
Go on.
Well, he told me that after he discovered blades were missing, he noticed a foul smell coming from the outlying sheds of his farm. When he took a look, he found the body of a horse crammed into the corner. Its throat was slit open, and its hooves were all removed.
Jeez Louise. As if the other crap wasn't strange enough.
It doesn't bode well, in fact. I'm quite concerned.
And do you think we were having a freaking holiday here at the station, Reverend?
Oh, goodness. I would never want to insult the ability of the very police who help enforce our personal freedoms and rights. Believe me, Sergeant. Though as you can imagine, being a minister of God's Word, I have a certain sense that those less versed in this message do not have. I'm not entirely sure that this investigation isn't merely a physical or mental matter.
What do you think it is, then, Reverend?
Can you feel it, Sergeant Luker? These frankly heinous murders have sent shockwaves throughout the spiritual realm just as much as our realm. After all, Scripture does say that our foes aren't of flesh and blood, but...
Reverend, if we've no flesh nor blood, then we have nothing to work with.
I completely understand, though I believe that something else is going on under the sheets, so to speak. I understand that you have no suspects in the wake of the 5, no, now 6 most violent murders this town has ever seen.
The 6th murder hasn't even made it to the news yet. How the crap do you...
The Lord both speaks to and through his vessels, Sergeant.
Reverend Burgess, unless if you can persuade God himself to drop off the killer in heavenly handcuffs at our doorstep, then we've hardly the need for religious involvement in this investigation. Do you have any other physical leads or tips for us? What's so stinking funny, Reverend?
I know where you're coming from, Sergeant. I really do. It's a frustrating and terrifying time for us all, and inevitably tensions against each other and against the Lord above run high. But I assure you, this case is far from separated from the spiritual. I'll be praying hard over this investigation, and if there's anything you need, anything at all, here's my card. Well, that's all I have for you, I'm afraid. Farmer Hillshire said that he'd be open to you coming out and taking a better look at his farm.
That'll be next on the list, then. Thank you, Reverend Burgess, for the information. And I apologize if I came off as disrespectful earlier. My stressor level is through the freaking roof.
All is forgiven, Sergeant, as it is with all the children of the Lord.
Now, if you don't mind, I need to sort a few things out. Would you be all right with showing yourself to the door?
Not at all. I remember where it is from here. Have a blessed day, Sergeant.
You too.
Oh, and Sergeant,
What?
if you happen to find yourself available on Sunday morning at 10:30, then Lily's Cradle United Church will find itself available to you.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Woo! Still a bit chilly out there, but it's a blessed day nonetheless. Brother Jimmy? Hey, how you doing? I'm fine. Yeah, I sure did talk to him. Told him what the good old farmer said. Yep. Oh yes, he rejected it at first, but then again, don't we all initially reject what we hear? Yeah, he'll be back. I have a feeling that a continued search for something purely physical will turn up short. And when he realizes this, well, we'll be waiting. Indeed. I think we may have found a way to expand the fellowship hall after all. Scripture does say to test all things and to hold on to what is good. I've tested this one. Let's see if we'll hold on to him.
We'll return to the Sickle right after these commercial messages. We now return to the Sickle, only on WVCU. Later that morning, Professor Donnie Griffin has just concluded another lecture and stands in the midst of a large shuffle of students making their way out of the classroom. Yes. Why do I keep forgetting these things until the last minute? Remember to read pages 450 through 463. For Wednesday's lecture. There'll be participation points as incentive.
Sure thing, Teach.
Yeah. If you're gonna lie to me, then don't do it through your teeth. Well, I suppose that went more smoothly than last time. Only had 4 not off to sleep that time. Still not cut out for this.
Jessica, I heard what happened to your sister. Are you okay?
How okay do you think I could be? Did you hear exactly how they found her?
I didn't hear it all. We lost power right in the middle of the story on the news.
They said that she was by Pisgah Creek. That they had to put her back together.
It was that bad?
They couldn't even find her left leg, Clarice. They think it floated downstream. How could someone do that to her? She never hurt anybody.
Well, I guess.
Shut up! Don't you say anything that won't bring her back? My sister.
Oh, poor girl.
Do you remember what she was doing before she went jogging?
Why does that even matter?
Maybe someone followed her from where she was before. That'd give the police something to go off of.
I already went to them once. How did they not find what they needed at the crime scene?
It still couldn't hurt.
Well, I remember her coming back from the library. She had something crumpled up in her hand, and she kept muttering a strange word before she said she was going jogging.
What was the word?
It was weird. I don't know. Mocha, Mosi, Moko, Tugan, I think?
What the?
Don't ask, Clarice, because I don't know.
Moko Togan. Huh.
Well, you know if you need me, you have my number. I am so sorry about this. I'm surprised that you actually came to school today.
Just don't bring it up anymore. I came here so I could forget and so I didn't have to think about it.
Fair enough. I'm here for you, girl.
Thanks.
Oh, hello, Professor Griffin.
Oh. Hello, Clarice. Was there, something wrong? Moko Togan. How do you spell that? Huh. That'll have to do. To the library. Excuse me?
Can I help you?
Oh, yes, you can. Have you ran across this term before?
Let me see. Moko, Togan. Old Cree Indian term. But I don't remember what it means. Tell you what. This book should do the trick. Just got returned the other day, actually.
An index of Native American tools and devices. Ah, excellent. I'll gladly take that.
Not so fast, young'un. I need to see your library card.
What? Oh. Right. I'm sorry. Hold on just a second. Later in the evening, Donnie Griffin is lying in his bed, the library book open and resting beside him. Here we go. Moko Togan. Crooked knife, eh? Primarily used in woodworking, long anchored in the traditions of many Native American cultures. Typically curved end for which it was named. Interesting. But why would a student be seeking this information out? And would someone really kill her over it? Maybe I'm just jumping to conclusions. But still. I'll worry about it tomorrow. After class. What? Wait. I can't see a thing. This again? My head. My head. My temples are bursting.
Late, Donnie Griffin.
Huh?
Late, as usual, Donnie Griffin.
It's you!
So quick to assume, Donnie Griffin.
I don't want to.
Who in the world cares about what you want, Donnie Griffin? You're late, and have no grounds to speak.
No, you don't have the grounds to speak. You still owe me.
I owe you nothing. Such spirit, such boldness. You know, I admire you, Donnie Griffin. Or at least I would, if you weren't late.
What the heck am I late for anyway?
Your freaking life, Donnie Griffin! You're what, how old now? And you just landed yourself a career?
No. It's not like...
A job that does not involve flipping burgers every weekday night?
I was earning my degree.
Were you deaf the last time we spoke? Your degree is useless.
You got me a freaking job, didn't it?
Only by mere chance, Mr. Griffin. If that old crone Moriarty didn't come down with disease, you still would have been wasting away in that shanty shack you call an apartment. You aren't even cut out for the job.
Yes,
Denial, Donnie Griffin! Denial! You reek of it. Just like you deny how you look at that student.
What are you even talking about?
Shameful! Shameful wandering eyes! And she even just lost her sister. Have you no dignity?
Shut up! I would never! Ow! Ow!
Liar, liar, liar! It wouldn't be the first time those filthy, hungry eyes of yours entrapped a helpless prisoner in your mind. You sick little man. But let's dissect the matter, shall we? Find out just what that is.
You'll find nothing.
Precisely, Donnie Griffin. Nothing of your own, anyway. Oh, yes. If we were to lay you across the table and even sprawl your innards all over the room, nothing would be truly yours. You're a taker, Donnie Griffin. A parasite.
No. I'm making my own living.
Did you not hear what we said before? You're not making your own life. You're leeching it off the sickness of that collection of bones known by your colleagues as Moriarty.
No.
Oh, and it doesn't end there. No, not by a long shot. You did the same with your dear old mommy. And the old man thrived off of their provision and energy, sucking dry in return.
No.
You can't find a woman, so you entrap one in your mind and, well... oh, it's fair game from there. I'm digging, Donnie Griffin. Nailed to the table for everyone to see. And there is nothing in here that is yours.
Please! Stop!
Good grief, Donnie Griffin. I have never seen someone as artificial as you. You're just filled with the pieces you stole from the ones that loved you. What a waste. Well, it's a good thing that we're already in the right place. For the dead.
Ah! Oh. If that happens one more time, I don't think I'll ever be able to fall asleep again. Am I really just a parasite? And my student? No, I'd never do something like that. Or would I? No. My mind has been running like crazy for the last couple of days. It must be affecting my subconscious. Nothing more. Nevertheless, I don't think I'm sleeping anymore tonight. Let's see if I can read this adrenaline away. Dissect this matter for everyone to see. In the right place for the dead. Snap out of it, Donnie. The subconscious mind can spew out garbage for sure. We'll return to the Sickle after a short news break. We now return to the Sickle, only on WVCU. Detective Elmsbrook lies asleep in his apartment, dead to the world, despite the fact that the afternoon is quickly approaching.
Now that my heart attack is over, Sergeant, I don't think I'm too keen on having you as my alarm clock.
Sorry, Elmsbrook, but I think we have a new lead in this investigation.
Huh. Will this one hold up for more than a few hours?
This one might just carry us to the end of the case, Elmsbrook. We may have a positive ID of the murder weapon.
Wait, the one actually used in the crimes?
We wish. But we have a good idea what the weapon is.
What are you waiting for then? Spill it.
We had the pastor of Lily's Cradle United Church come in today. He said that one of the members of his congregation had a custom-made set of plow blades stolen from him, probably last week.
And how did he not realize this before?
The pastor said that this is the farmer's off-season, and he doesn't check his machines as often. As of his last inspection, 2 of the blades were stolen.
A blade like that would explain the victim's injuries.
And then some. It would also explain why the cuts were so clean as well.
Did you verify his claims?
Yeah. Myself and another officer went to the farm and found the plow just as the farmer said. Frustrating as always, there were no footprints or other signs of the one who took them.
Of course.
But we found something else that the Reverend mentioned that was very unusual.
Uh-huh.
We found a dead horse crammed into one of the farmer's sheds on the outlying part of his land.
A horse?
You heard right. And this horse had its throat slit and all of its hooves removed.
I've heard of foot fetishes, but that's,
We don't even know if it's the same person we're dealing with here. Heck, it might even be a group. But clearly this person is seriously disturbed.
That's putting it kindly. Did you find anything on or near the horse?
For once, Elmsbrook, I can tell you yes. We found a strand of hair that did not belong to the horse. We brought it back for some DNA testing. You should come down to the...
Already one step ahead of you, Sergeant.
Sounds good. I'll be there in a moment to pick you up. And Elmsbrook,
Yeah?
just out of curiosity, did you happen to find anything more about that scrap of paper you found?
What, about a Maki turban Crap, I don't know. Moko Toggin? Nah, I haven't had the chance yet. Might not even need to at this point.
Keep it, just in case.
Alright, anything else?
I think that's it. See you soon.
See ya.
How does he know about Moko Toggin? Sergeant. Is he with the police? Huh. I should pay my new neighbor a visit when he returns. Socrates. Something's going on here. What do you think? I must really be losing it. I just asked a dog of all things a serious question. Oi. What if... Coming up tonight for your local news at 11, the death toll in Lily's Cradle continues to increase, with another young adult found dead yesterday evening next to the Pisgah Creek. Just as the student said. But wait a minute. By the stream, bit by bit, eroded? As you can see, experts at the scene are carefully removing the remains of a currently unidentified young woman from the bank of the creek. There's no way. My dreams? Get a hold of yourself, man. Maybe it's just deja vu. Or something like that, yet that voice was awful accurate. And what are the chances that my neighbor would know about the Moko Toggin of all things? Okay. Let's entertain this thought. What if, hypothetically, my dream predicted this? One, does that mean others are in danger? Socrates, this is one time I wish you could talk and give me some feedback. So I wouldn't be as crazy as I'm feeling right now. Regardless, thinking philosophically here, logic would say that if the first dream was accurate, then the one I had earlier would be as well. What did the voice in my dream say last night? Digging. Innards everywhere. Ooh. On the table for everyone to see. For the dead. What if... Oh dear. I hope I'm wrong. If this logic holds up, then I need to get to the police station. Life hangs in the balance. God, I can't believe I'm doing this. What if they don't believe me? Yeah, I can see this now. Please, officer, please, react on this superstitious whim that a life may be in danger. I'm gonna get myself arrested. We'll return to the Sickle right after these commercial messages. We now return to the Sickle, only on WVCU. Detective Elmsbrook and Sergeant Luca are in the squad car, parked in the back lot of the Lily's Cradle Police Department.
Thank God for this back entrance.
Geez, for a small town, I never would have expected to see so many news reporters.
What did I tell you, Elmsbrook? They flock like a bunch of stinking seagulls over a breadcrumb. We have the town's entire supply of bread.
Yeah, I was afraid you were going to run one of them over there for a second.
Oh, the temptation was screaming at me, Elmsbrook. Believe you me. The last thing I want to do is add another tally to the death toll right now.
Yeah.
Holy crap! What the... Oh, sorry. You scared me.
Guess you shouldn't be leaning against the back door then, officer.
I guess not.
Hello, Sarge. Officer.
Good afternoon, Sergeant.
Good afternoon, officer.
Ah, how you doing today, Sarge?
Just fine, Larry.
And Detective Elmsbrook. Good to see you.
I haven't seen you in a few days.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Whilst you and the Sarge are running around getting your hands dirty with, well, dirt, mine are getting dirty with science.
I'm not really sure how to respond to that.
What he's trying to say is that he also serves as our lab tech here at the station.
Yeah, what he said. In a town like this, sometimes you gotta wear 2 or more hats to fill the vacancies. That's why I tripled majored in grad school.
Overachiever. Did you have a chance to examine the sample of hair that we gave you?
Well, heck, Sergeant, I've only had maybe an hour or two. In the all-encompassing world of DNA analysis, that's a blink of an eye. In other words, so far, no, I don't have much.
What else is new?
Now, hold on. Restrain your disappointment, Rays. I did conclude something quite interesting.
What is it?
See this hair here? It definitely isn't... Error? My tuchus, it's an error. Run that sucker again. Piece of crap. Wait a minute. It's asking for my passcode. I'm not even gonna strain my brain trying to remember it. It's on my ID badge. Now where... I left it in the morgue. Hold on, I'll go get it.
You need to take better care of your crap, Larry. Especially at a time like this.
The cursed effect of overtime, Sarge. Stuff just flies out of my brain. Good thing other stuff flies straight into my checking account.
Well, that was enlightening.
Where are you going, Elmsbrook?
Where's the firing range?
Downstairs near the back door. Why?
If I don't shoot a target soon, then I'm gonna shoot a non-essential.
For the love of everything, Elmsbrook. Shoot as many targets as you need. Heh. Last thing I need is more paperwork right now. Feels like we have the key to unlock the case. We just don't know how it goes into the lock. Hurry the crap up, Larry.
Excuse me? Hello, officer?
Huh?
Yes, hello. Could you... Ignore the concerned citizen over here. That's fine.
Who's this? Better not be a reporter, I swear.
Does anyone want to hear this? I may have a...
Is there something I can do for you, sir?
What? Who? Oh, hello. My name is Donnie Griffin, and I...
If you're with the press, I've already told you that the investigation is underway, and I have no further comments to make at this time.
The press? Well, no. I'm a professor at Lily's Cradle University. I came here because I think I may have a lead in this investigation.
No kidding. Well, what do you have for us, boy?
I can't really say how I got this information.
And why not?
Well, frankly, it sounds a bit, crazy?
Sir, at this point, any lead is better than none.
Actually, I only feel comfortable sharing this with a specific member of the force here.
You needn't worry about that. It'll get back to my desk eventually. It'll be completely confidential, and you'll be as anonymous as a John Doe.
I, appreciate it, sir. But there's a certain member of your staff that I'd be most comfortable speaking with.
Fine. Who is it?
He may be new here. He wears a long orange-brown trench coat. Generally acts like he's irritated most of the time.
Hey, doesn't sound familiar to me. Do you remember his name?
No, but I know his face anywhere. And I can guarantee you won't be getting this lead from me if he's not here.
How about I book you for withholding information from the police instead?
Well, yeah, well, sure, I'd be incarcerated, but you still wouldn't be able to get me to talk. I know this man works. I know this man works with you. You're the sergeant, right? He was talking with you on the phone.
I don't know what you're... Blast it. Your persistence earns you some credit. Though if these were normal circumstances, I wouldn't even consider this. This man that you're talking about, his name is Elmsbrook. He's a detective we called in to aid us in this investigation. I can take you to him, but you must swear not to reveal his presence to anyone in town. Understand?
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
Good. Then follow me. He just went downstairs.
Sounds good to me.
It's official. I think I finally just lost my mind.
Detective Elmsbrook, donned with an over-ear headset, stands in a small booth in the firing range, a pistol drawn and steady as a rock as he takes aim at a distant target.
There he is. Now keep your hands to yourself, go up to him, and tell him what you have for us. Preferably not when his safety's off.
Thank you, I suppose. Detective Elmsbrook? Detective Elmsbrook?
Kid, you're gonna have to be louder than that. He can't hear a word you're saying with those headphones on.
Right. Detective Elms... Detective Elmsbrook? Detective Elmsbrook!
What? What do you want? And don't freaking touch me. Huh. Who let the civilian in?
I did, Elmsbrook.
Who is he? Surprised you didn't pat him down for recording equipment or a news notebook.
He's a professor from the local university. He says he has a lead for us, but he'd only share it with you.
Did he now? Well, what does the egghead have for us?
Egghead? I resent that. Yes. If I'm right, then someone is in real danger.
You're a professor, so I hope you haven't forgotten the importance of details.
I was getting there. Well, I'm not sure where to start. You see, I've been having some strange dreams of late.
Do I look like a freaking shrink to you?
I know. It sounds utterly crazy. But hear me out, at least for a minute.
You brought this guy down here, Sarge. What do you think?
I say hear what he has to say. He was stubborn enough about seeing you.
How do you even... Forget... All right, fine. Spill the rest.
Thank you. I had a dream the other night that something threatened to kill and bury me. And it described it in detail. It said that it would bury me by the stream where, bit by bit, I would be eroded away. The next day, I hear you and a student talking about a young woman who was found dead by Pisgah Creek. Hacked into pieces.
I'm not buying this.
Look, I wouldn't either. In fact, I passed it off as coincidence at first. Until I heard you talking about something that I was trying to decipher myself.
And what is that?
Does the word Mokotogan ring a bell?
Actually, yeah, it does. But that still doesn't tell me where the lead is in this.
Well, I had another dream last night. And whatever was talking to me, it threatened me again, saying it was going to rip out my innards and dissect me. And I thought about it. The police station has the only place in town that would fit the description. And that's...
Sarge!
What is it, officer?
You got... Oh, jeez. You gotta get to the morgue. Now!
Why? What's the matter? Officer! Ah, crap. Come on.
Here, Sarge. I don't.
Holy.
Jeez.
Oh my. Look. I think I'm gonna.
Hits you hard, doesn't it?
Yeah. I've never seen something like this before.
Ah, crap. It's Larry.
And he's everywhere, too. Man, if this killer wasn't a grade A psycho before.
Looks like a horribly botched autopsy. What a freaking mess. His organs are everywhere.
Pinned to the table with scalpels.
Dissected. For everyone to see.
Here in his hands, his ID badge. Golly, Nance. No one deserves this.
Well, Professor.
Elmsbrook, what are you doing?
Holy crap! What did I do?
Now, I think we have something to friggin' talk about.
The Sickle will return on Friday, March 21st at 10 a.m. Only on WVCU.